Hi everyone out there in the world. I'd like to say hello and hope you all are having a beautiful day. My name is Cheryl and I just want to bring some fun to your day since we're all going through some difficult times, I'll just say that right now, in the world. And so anyone in the world who's having a tough time, let's just take a deep breath in, let it out. Just take some time to yourself and breathe in and out. And put your shoulders up. Roll your shoulders. Roll your shoulders. Shake your wrists out. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Alright, so today's little treat is going to be glow in the dark. So I have a glow in the dark top that I have some glow in the dark fabric paint on that I did a little design on. It's supposed to be like honeybees, so you know honey and then the bees. So that's the idea there. And then I decided to get some glow in the dark powder for balloons and figure out how to put them into balloons. So the idea is to have the powder in the balloons and be able to turn the light off after they light up in the light, the sunlight, or just regular lights in your room or flashlights, whatever it is, that'll make them light up. You can also do them with UV light, or also known as black light, I believe. And so neon colors work best, or clear balloons, things of that nature. And so I did a little experiment of this glow-in-the-dark powder and to see how it would work in the balloons, because I thought it would just stick in the balloon and you just shake it around and it'll be fine. Now the end result is that's not necessarily what happens. So I'll show you what happened with the first balloon I did. And this is just a clear balloon and I put glow-in-the-dark powder in it. And as you can tell, you can see the glow-in-the-dark powder settled on the bottom of the balloon. So basically when you put it up in the air, like if you were to tie a ribbon around it and you wanted to tie it, the glow-in-the-dark powder would be on the bottom of the balloon. So when you go like this, you see like that, it just shakes around. But you can also go and just do this. That's fun to do. Now if you want to use it as decoration, that's cool too. So just know that it's not going to stick to your balloon unless you add like some kind of substance like glue to it. Maybe if you add some glue and then put it inside the balloon with a little funnel, you mix the glue and the powder up together and you put it inside the balloon with the funnel before blowing it up. That might work. Have not tried that trick yet. So this was the first balloon I tried. And let's turn the light off. See what else? Okay. So you see that little powder there. Alright. Now the next balloon we have is going to be this orange neon balloon with tiger print. Now I got these balloons from a place called Display and Costumes, and they are such a great place to go. They're so wonderful. Thing is, they're closing next month, sometime the end of the month. And so they've been around for about 68 years. They're in Seattle, Washington, and they're in the Northgate area. And they've been such wonderful people. They're so helpful, and the different things they have out in their store is just amazing. Like, I haven't been able to find stuff like this really, where you can just go to the store, go in, talk to the people there, and they help you so so much, and they'll like answer your questions. And they're just very patient, very nice people. So I'm just saying a shout out to them and saying I love you all, and I hope you all do well in the future. Even though you're retiring, I hope you all have a good future, and maybe somehow we can just keep our fun going on, okay, in different ways. So, this one's an orange neon with tiger print and the glow-in-the-dark powders inside. And I'm going to do the same thing, just lift it up. Now this one's a little bit more dense. It doesn't float as much because the reason for that is because I put more glow-in-the-dark powder in this one than I did in the clear one. So the less stuff you put inside of the balloon, like powder or flour, or if you make your own or whatever you do, it's going to be float more. Now the more stuff you put in the balloon, it's going to float less because it makes it has weight to it, and balloons are supposed to be light and airy so they can float in the air and things like that. So if you want to use this as something to perhaps exercise with, maybe something like that, and get your stress out. Stressful times this day and age. All right. So that's the tiger print balloon there with just the glow-in-the-dark powder. Now, the last balloon is actually an experiment, so I decided to add some soap to the powder and then add a little bit of water, and I thought it would add kind of like a liquid effect, you know, like a drip effect that you put inside the balloon, kind of like paint. Now, that didn't happen because guess what happens when you add water to soap? Bubbles form. And then the powder, you can't really see the powder very well. So it's basically like a light water balloon, a big water balloon here with soap inside. So if you want to have some fun at, like, I guess if you're going to do some kind of water theme, then I guess you could do that. Kind of like a, you know, color of a goldfish. Now, I will note that the outside of the balloon feels somewhat water, even though there's no holes in the balloon. It's just, but the cool thing about this is that you can spin it around. So if you hang it upside down, you can spin it around, and you got the soap on the bottom, and it's like bubbles. And that's kind of cool. I think that's cool. So let's see if it glows at all. Alright, so this does not really glow too much, yet if you put a black light on or UV light, it should glow because it's got neon in it. So that's how that works. Let's see. Now I'm going to try something. I'm going to try to put on my LED star projector and see if the light from that will make any of the balloons that I made glow. Just hold on 1 minute for me. This is my glow in the dark. Now, I look like a glowy creature. Okay. So, look at that. So that's pretty cool. This is the clear balloon. So this is what it looks like when you have the starry light projector on that I have. And the green lights are from LED. So it's pretty cool. You want to just have some fun in your room or like a dance party or something like that. When you're dancing with a clear balloon, you can do all sorts of things with it. It looks like a wave. That's kind of cool. And then if you do it with the orange balloon, you can definitely see the orange balloon here. So you can do that. Alright. Now this is the one with water and soap inside, which, actually it's kind of interesting to see that because I didn't think it would glow at all, but when you have the liquid inside, it kind of shows up more neon. That's pretty interesting. So again, it's not as clear when you dance with it. So it's a little bit slower motion. So it kind of adds a slow motion effect if you think about it, because it's heavier with the water and the soap and the glow powder all combined. So if you compare this one, which is the one with the soap and the water and glow powder all in one balloon, it's a bit heavier. So when you try to do any movements with it, it tends to be a little bit blurred. Now compare that to this one, which just has glow powder in it. You can see the glow powder. And it's kind of like a maraca. You shake it around, it makes that noise, but it's a lot clearer when you dance with it. So I'll just do it slow and then fast. And the way I'm using these, like holding onto these, is because when you make a balloon, you always make a knot at the end of the balloon. So there's a knot there. See that? And so you hold it by that knot. And you can do all sorts of different things. So if you want to do like a lightweight and heavyweight effect, then you can just do this with the lightweight one with just powder and then the heavier one with some water and soap, or you can use glue. I would definitely use glue instead of soap, just because it will probably last a little longer. So yeah, you can do that. And then if you just want the two balloons with just powder, then I have this clear one here, and then I have the neon one here, and then you just go like this. So yeah. Alright, so I hope these little tips helped you for any time you just want to have fun, or if you're throwing a party or anything of that nature. And I just hope that you all are being safe and having a good time in your life. And spend as much time as you can with your family and friends. And also make sure you get some me time, because we all need a little bit of self-care. So we all need a little bit of me time. And take care of yourselves and your families and your friends. And your pets, if you have any pets. Or friends' pets. And I love you all so much. Thank you for watching. And if you like it, just give it a thumbs up. Thank you. And be sure to watch my other videos as well that I have. Great day.